find him.
Do you have a little bit of winter in your spring? Well, have no fear, because indoor seed sowing is here. We got ourselves the Sunblaster 2000 along with the Easy Grow 3000, here to help us with our planting needs. The Sunblaster is good for plants that like it hot. It's covered in a plastic sheath, encapsulating all of its humidity and keeping it for the plants that dwell inside. Great for nightshades like tomatoes and peppers. The Easy Grow is great for other kinds of plants that grow fast and high. With an adjustable light, you can set it to the height necessary for your plants. Now, a lot of people like to start all their plants indoors. Well, here at Valhalla, we wouldn't recommend that. A lot of plants get tough the cold, and you should direct sow them. Other things like nightshades and peppers and tomatoes, well, you should start those indoors because they can't tolerate the cold spring winters. But they do need a long growing season, so here we are indoors to get them going early. Find out how many plants you could fit in your growing station. Set them up in a pattern. That will help the brain recognize them as beautiful and help make sure and ensure that you have beautiful plants this year. You should be experimenting with all kinds of pots, small and big, because different plants grow at different speeds. And by experimenting with the different sizes, you'll find out which plants like which size. You can also get ceramic, make it nice, paint it a specific color, and you can also make homemade clay pots. There are many advantages to the clay pot. Number one, you get to choose the size. When you're the one making the pot, any size is available to you. Also, clay seems to be the perfect material to encase your plant's soil in, since it has hydrological properties. It stores a lot of water, and the more water that you put in, instead of having it evaporate into the surrounding area, is stored in the clay, so that the plant may find it when it needs it. So here are some of the basic things that plants like. Soil, stones. Why are stones great for plants? Well, they hold in heat, they're great for the root systems to bind to, and they're mineral deposits. Now you're going to want something to keep your soil nice, fluffy, and airy. And what I would suggest is some wool. The wool will help with aerating the soil, allowing pockets of air to get deep into the root systems, helping the total matrix of your soil. These electromagnetic wires need to be tuned to the grid so that they may be running at optimal frequency. Plants are electromagnetic fiends, but they like a certain frequency. And that frequency can be tuned with your body. Just tune it to 5. At this point, you might want to add a little bit of fungus. These beautiful creatures will go down deep into the rocks, pull out nutrients, and give it directly to the root systems. Kefir. Now, were you aware? Were you aware that there's a war going on in your soil? Now, there's a lot of bad bacteria in that soil, and you're going to have to set in the good troops. Now, right here, I got myself some kefir. Now, kefir will go in there and break down those mofos and give the good bacteria to the food matrix so that your plants will be well established and well fed. Now, right here, we got some food for everybody. Ormus. Now, ormus is basically essential salts. Now, there will be a video on how to make ormus, but for the time being, all you really need to know is its essential nutrients in monatomic form for everything in that soil, from plants to fungus to kefir. Covering your topsoil is a great idea, even for the indoors. It'll feed the bacteria and lock in moisture so that your plants are never starved. Now the final ingredient, planting your seeds. If you want some expertise on this, I'm gonna have to channel the big man, Greg. You see, planting your seeds is quite easy, and I got a trick. If you want to plant your seeds and make sure that your seeds know you, put the seeds in your mouth. And your saliva will interact with the seeds and allow it to find out what you need for this year. And the seeds will be forever yours until they produce more. And when you're ready, just like that, spit them out. Prepping that pot. You know you gotta prep the pot. Add some more to the pot. Add some ormus to the pot.
Add some wool to my pot, please.
Get on that, kefir on that pot. Kefir in my pot, kefir in my pot.
I'm in my pot. Give me my pot, no, I'm in my pot. Give me my pot.
Spray your pots with a mist and make sure the humidity is kept relatively high and that the plants and pots are off the ground. Nightshades like it hot and humid. The mister will provide water, a way to enter the soil without crashing it and disturbing the root systems. So get a head start on this year's growing season and get the seeding indoors.